Thriving as an entrepreneur, as most of you will know or will have read, is all about your resilience and your ability to keep going. As long as you keep going and you keep overcoming problems, then you are obviously much more likely to be successful. So one of the reasons I chose positive psychology is because it's about resilience, which I'm really kind of big on. It does impact your mental health. There's a lot of mindset stuff in there. It's all about your mind and your mood. So I wanted to bring forward this, like the core pillar, I think it's the core pillar of positive psychology, which is all about your positive emotions. And I want to give you the science around why this is so important, as well as some tips about what you can do right now to make yourself feel happier, but also to be more resilient as well. So I'm going to show you how you can be 40% more happy, but also this is, when they've done research on this, it's about improving your performance by 20 to 30%. And I think all of us, as business owners, would love to be able to improve our performance by 30%, as well as loads of other benefits. So if you've been through the first module, you'll know that positive psychology, it's all about making life go from good to great, or about improving life for anyone. It studies how we can cultivate happiness and well-being. So I'm going to show you exactly how this pillar does that. I'm going to frame it in the case of most businesses fail because they give up, which is a mindset problem. So even if you have financial struggles or something happens, typically it's because you have given up and then kind of not overcome it, or not started something new and you've kind of given up on your dreams. And that's why businesses fail, because you've not really failed until you've stopped. You might be consumed by imposter syndrome, you might be consumed by like hopelessness, all the kind of fears that we have as business owners, but this can help you to be way more resilient, and it's the key to solving how we feel. So firstly, our barriers to happiness and our barriers to being happy as a business owner, being resilient and keeping going, are these things. We learn to be helpless. So if you are ever sitting there thinking, why is this happening to me? Why am I getting no sales? Why are other people doing better than me? It is actually wired into us to learn to be helpless and feel like we can't control it. Also, we learn to sit in victim mode rather than take control, and we actually look for negativity. So we have a negativity bias because we're always trying to keep ourselves alive and safe. So these things are just happening all the time to us. But people aren't taught how to be happy. They don't teach this in schools. We're told to be positive, but it's often very toxic. It's just like, cheer up, get over it, which is completely useless. And actually it's knowledge that stops us from being happy, and it's knowledge that stops us from thriving. So once you know this stuff, you can't unknow it. And this is all about learning to take control of your situation. It's all about boosting your positivity ratio, because we have a natural negativity bias, like I said. So you have a ratio of negativity that is higher than your positivity. It's about how you feel. It's about balancing yourself out. It's about building resilience and your resilience strategy so that you keep going when it is tough. When you lose clients, when you have a 0 month, when someone angers you, when someone is doing better than you, all of those things is about having a strategy in place so that you bounce back. And this stuff is like, it's just like magic, really, for bounce back ability. And it's just worth mentioning that it's not about removing negativity. It's about reframing and making sure our brain is cultivated to be resilient and recognize our autopilot. And obviously, this is important as an entrepreneur. We experience more mental health struggles, and this whole journey is way different to a career. I mean, at least I have found it to be. Everyone I speak to has found it to be. So it feels very different. But fundamentally, feeling good improves your performance. It is scientifically proven that you will be healthier, wealthier, have better relationships, be more creative, take more chances, which is obviously important in business, have more optimism and hope, productivity. It will keep you on track. It has so many benefits, even physical, like improving your immune system. And people buy from people. So the one thing I want you to take away from this is, if you turn up to a sales call and you're miserable, people are much less likely to buy from you. So feeling good, looking like you're happy is going to be fundamentally a real changing point in how you sell, because we all want to be around happy people. And also, I mentioned hope. So we'll talk about hope theory in other modules. But it is scientifically proven that if you are more hopeful, you are more likely to reach your goals, obviously. And hope is really interesting subject. So we want to feel good so that we sell more. That's what we're all looking for, more money. So when we look at our happiness and our emotions as well, 50% is genetic. So this is why some people are just naturally more bouncy than others. 10% is circumstantial, which is literally what is happening around you, the weather, your business, people, anything that comes into your life. And 40% is in your control. That's what research has found so far. So my gift to you is telling you to take back control over how you feel. To stop being a victim, we're going to stop letting evolution take over, And you are a conscious, smart business owner. So if we look at this practically, this is all about control, it's all about strategy, and it's all about kind of helping yourself to put a strategy in place for your mind as well as your business. If we can improve performance by 30%, this is practical stuff. So if you're feeling like bad things happen to you and you've got no control, that is simply not true. You have complete control over 40% of your happiness and therefore your success in business and your performance. So I feel a bit like I'm telling you off, which I'm not meaning to, but this is real and it honestly works. And there's a reason why I am so productive, and it's this. So the accumulation of positive emotions over time leads to greater well-being. If you want to improve your well-being and performance, we need to increase how we feel and our positivity over time. So it has to be a habit. Like I've said, 20 to 30% of business performance can come from this because it's determined by your mood. So heartfelt positive emotions actually change the way your brain works. It expands, and this is just weird and crazy. When you experience a positive emotion, it expands your peripheral vision so that you actually see more. You're like more aware of what's going on around you. You obviously get dopamine and you get serotonin flooding into your brain. And studies have suggested that when this happens, it actually helps you process new information quicker. So you can move quicker, you can focus quicker, you can make decisions quicker. So it's really, really important that you are able to operate in this way. So this is about your success, it's about your resources, your mindset, resilience, even how open you are to new things, accepting yourself. It also makes you feel like more included and connected to the people around you. It can make you more generous, more helpful. From a research and science perspective, this is just an incredible thing that we should all be doing. So hopefully I've convinced you. But also I just want to highlight that emotions are contagious. So when we're looking at things like the practical things like sales calls, or when we're writing captions and deciding on our content, or when we're going to networking, your clients are going to feel exactly how you're feeling because we are wired, again, to pick up on that. So if you are happy and you are experiencing positive emotions, you're likely to pass them on to the people around you, and they are more likely to buy from you. That is just statistically correct. So I know that when I turn up to a sales call and I'm really bouncy and I'm really happy and I'm really smiley, people love it and they come off it and they either buy or they stick around and they kind of engage with my content longer. So in short, positive emotions, they're broadening your mind, expanding your vision. You can think more creatively, increase your connection. They are building your resources, so whether they're intellectual, psychological, social, or physical, and it short circuits stress. So we are all stressed in our business a lot of the time. This is going to stop negativity, it's going to balance out your negativity ratio, and it's going to help you to bounce back. So how can you do it? There's 3 different things, and these are really small, they're really short, they're quite linked to each other, but these are the 3 things that I suggest, and I want you to pick one of them. They are not kind of things that are going to take you ages each day, so it's not going to disrupt your day, and you can do them throughout the day if you want to. So the first thing is gratitude. Everyone that I have worked with from a positive psychology perspective, where I've asked them to implement this, has told them that they can't explain it, but they feel so much better and they look at the world differently. I've got a testimonial of someone and it starts with them saying, "I'm just not a miserable bitch anymore. And it's because of this," which is like the weirdest testimonial, but it worked.
I just feel lighter and freer and not such a miserable fucking bitch.
Throughout the day, how you would implement this, it is about tuning into and noticing the things that you are grateful and thankful for. You can do it in the morning or at night. So sometimes I get up and I'll do it with my coffee and I'll be like, you know what, I'm grateful I've booked in 2 sales calls today, or I've got a free day, or I'm going to the spa today, or my son slept all night, whatever it is that you are truly grateful for. And you want to be writing down or listing a few things. You can do it in the shower, you can do it with your kids, like when you're driving home from the schoolroom, what was the best thing about your day? What are you most grateful for? Asking these positive questions is going to cultivate more positivity around you, and we need to do it daily. What I would suggest is that you find a way to integrate this into your day and with the people around you. So what I like to do is I like to annoy my boyfriend with it. So if he even like moans about anything trivial, I'm like, "What are you grateful for?" And he's like, "Please don't do this." I'm like, "Yes, this is what we're doing. This is what we're doing. And we're doing it right now." And I'm smiling at someone that is quite clearly annoyed, but he's still with me, so we're all right. I annoy him with this, it works, and he actually says as well that he feels better, so it just lightens the mood. And I think other people in the group have tried it. Vicky's been trying it and said it's made a huge difference. Emily's tried it and I think does it. I got Vic to do it. So this is absolutely life-changing. It sounds like it won't be, but it's scientifically proven, so I want you to do this. Now, there's a different way that you can do this. and it's called the 3 good things exercise. So at the end of the day, you are going to reflect on every day and write down the 3 best things about your day. Even if you've had the worst day ever, you are still going to pick out the 3 best things, because this is about the fact that actually, by comparison to how dark the world can be, our lives aren't actually as hard as probably other people. So there's always a silver lining somewhere. So if you just want to save it for the end of the day and you're a journal type of person, or you just want to do it with your family, sometimes we do it when we just get in bed and I'm like, what was the best thing about your day? Especially if we've not seen each other. This exercise has been studied and proven to increase your life satisfaction, because you're ending every single day on a high. Your brain is getting flooded with positive emotions, but also then you're more likely to sleep better as well, because you kind of reframed into the positive rather than being sat in the negative. So that's another way to do it. The last one is a little bit more labour intensive. You might want to try it over the course of a day or a week, but if you're really interested in this, then this is another thing to do. And sometimes I do this alongside a time audit when someone is really unhappy in their job or they're looking for purpose. So you're going to write down exactly what you do each day. So it might be like, right, I created content, I had a few meetings, I did this, I went to the gym, I saw my family. And you write them down and then you rate them in terms of how pleasant that activity was for you. And then you take a look back at that time and you look at how much of your day or your week is spent doing activities that you actually feel positive about. Because sometimes we can get dragged into negative activities, especially in our business, where we sit and we work all day and we enjoy bits of it, but actually we realise we've not seen our friends in 6 months, we've not seen our family, or we're working every night, or we've not gone to the gym. So if you can build up each day or each week these kind of pleasant activities to break up the negativity, that has also been proven to have a real impact on the brain, and also to obviously improve your positivity ratio and your emotions. There's 3 ways that you can do it. If at any point you are feeling low, and I do it when I'm experiencing pain as well, so like going to the dentist and stuff, like I use it all the time because it's a habit now for me. I will just start tuning into, okay, what am I grateful for? Especially if I'm in a state of panic. So I've got this phobia of the dentist, so whenever I go, I'm in a massive panic attack. It's ridiculous. But I get in the chair and I'm like, okay, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful I've even got a dentist, I'm grateful I get NHS care, I'm grateful I can pay for this, I'm grateful it's going to sort the problem. And you can feel your body relax because your brain cannot help it. So this is a really good like SOS mechanism for you, but it's also just a great mechanism and habit to build up. And I just can't explain it. I honestly can't. And everyone that I work with says they can't explain it and they're surprised at how well it actually works. But it does work. So pick one of these 3 things, and this over time is going to help your performance. If you're going to struggle with this, I'd recommend setting a reminder on your phone to do it every day. There's also gratitude apps that you can download that remind you every day. I used to have just like a post-it note and I stuck it on my screen and just put like, what are you grateful for? Just to remember it first. And now it's just so built into me that I do it all the time.